Hey everybody, so I had this idea the other day for, setting the clocks forward and all the fun stuff happening. I do something that was more related to summer, but you can still have these anytime. They're all canned wines. Because bottles of wine, that's hard to transport, they could break, all kinds of things could happen. So these are the perfect thing to just toss in the cooler, your barbecue, get together, cabrewing, whatever it is. I got you. So I've got the Stella brand, St. James brand. This is Sophia. They have a bottle of champagne that this was next to, so this is like their canned version. And then this is house wine. I've never actually heard of this brand, but I'm willing to give it a shot. This brand is through Kapala Winery, and that's a big California brand. They have bottles of Kapala wine specifically. And then, of course, we did our Stella video, so I had to include that one. It's my first one. So the first one here is the Stella Rosa brand. It is Ruby Grapefruit. So that's the only, it says natural ruby grapefruit flavors. That's the only kind of tasting notes that these type wines have. They don't really have a full-blown tasting notes like bottles do. This is a 2-pack. The other one's in the fridge. Product of Italy. It's semi-sweet, so it's at the 6 mark out of a 1 to 10 scale for sweetness. Each can is 1.5 glasses of wine. So these are all going to be pretty dangerous as I keep going, and you'll see why. And this is vegan and gluten-free for those of you who that matters to. The 2-pack is $8.99. So the reason I'm doing this is because these are kind of steep on their pricing, but you get a lot of wine per can if you think about it. And another one is that I want to know if they're worth it before you guys go and be like, hey, I don't know if I want to spend the money to try these. Are they decent or not? That's why I'm doing this video today, is to help you guys have a summer thing and to see if they're actually worth the money. And I have never had a canned wine, so this is a whole new experience for all of us together. All right, let's try this one. Ooh, that is really good. It's so lightly carbonated, it's almost like it's not. You can kind of tell, but honestly, I had to think about it for a minute to pick it out. But it's very good. This one I really like. Very light, very smooth, very summery. Those fruit flavors are really forward. Like I said, 2-pack is $8.99. And it gives you all the little information about it right here on the can. The packaging didn't have a lot of info. That's why I kind of wanted to show you where it is on the can, because on the packaging it was just basic info. Next one, we got our St. James. This is blackberry. 1 can of this is $5.99. But take into context that this can is a half a bottle of wine. This isn't your standard can. This is 375 milliliters, so it's not your standard can of soda, because those are usually, I think, 12 ounces. So this is a little bigger than that. And these are actually, I forgot to tell you this at the beginning, these are in order of alcohol volume. So this one is at a 4. This one we go up at 6.2. And this is a sparkling, gluten-free. Like I said, this is a half a bottle of wine. So be very careful with this one. All right, let's give it a shot. I like my blackberry flavor, so I'm excited for this one. Wow, that is really good. That is dangerous. That tastes like juice. Be careful, because if I didn't know better, that tastes like juice. It does not even taste like wine. That's very, very good. Very light, very fruity. And it's made with 100% fruit. There's nothing artificial in here at all. So this one's, if that's really super important to you, this is the one to go with. Now these two, I'm assuming, are probably going to be a little drier. I know this one for sure because it's a Brut Champagne. But it's rosé. Sophia brand. Now this can was $4.99. It was next to the bottles of champagne at the store. Coppola Winery, like I said, that's a California winery. This is a little can. It's only 187 mLs. So it's pretty little, like compared, holding them up next to each other. But I'm excited to try this one just because Coppola is a big winery name in California, and they have bottles specifically of Coppola wine. And I didn't actually know that Sophia was like an off branch of them. So it smells like a dry champagne. So if you don't like your dry stuff, don't even go for this one. Because you can tell Brut is like dry for champagne purposes. It's good. It's very dry. Probably wouldn't buy that one again. That's getting a little too dry for me. It's good though. I mean, it has a good flavor. It's just not my specific cup of tea when it comes to like my flavor profile. I go to a semi-sweet on the drier end, but this is straight dry, so not really a fan. I mean, it's got good flavor, but not for me. Next, this is the house wine. It's their rainbow edition. It says something about the human rights campaign on the back, that the proceeds went to that. When that was, I don't know. It's a bubbly rosé. It's carbonated, and the can says bright, fruity, and flavorful. One can, so this is 2 6-ounce glasses of wine. So like I said, this is another one to be careful with because you're going to have 4 6-ounce glasses of wine before you know it. 2 cans? I mean, you already drank an entire bottle of wine at that point. Because bottles of wine are around a little over 24 ounces. 2 of these will get you there. This is made in Walla Walla, Washington. And it is also gluten-free, and this is the highest level for our alcohol content. This one is at 12. This one was at 11.5. So this one, be very careful with. It's the highest alcohol content, and 2 of these, you just had a bottle of wine. Let's try it though. I'm excited to try how it tastes. It's not as sweet as I was hoping. This is a little on the drier end. I would put it as like a semi-sweet on the dry end of a semi-sweet. So if you're looking for something fruity, fun, sweet, these 2 for sure. If you want something drier or like on the drier end of semi-sweet, these 2. These 2 were my favorites. These 2 I probably wouldn't buy again, but they're decent. This one is $5.99. The same as this one. So that's why I did this. I want you guys to know quality and not have to spend the money to do it. Because these would be a great idea for summer. And cans, you know, it's really hard to break a can. It's really hard to do. So my dry people, definitely give these a shot. They're very good. Sweet people, these are your go-tos here. Excuse me. So I got these at Friar Tuck because I was in Peoria, Illinois at the point. I'm back home now. Well, my home away from home. And I would assume you can buy these in just like any store really. I went to Benny's and they didn't have the selection I was hoping for. Most of their stuff was on the drier side, and I know a lot of my fan group here is more on the sweet side of wine. That's why I went to Friar Tuck, because I knew they'd probably have a better selection, just because they kind of have some off-the-wall stuff that is kind of interesting. So I took a gander and found all these. But I would definitely recommend these two for a good summer, sweet cookout. And these two, I personally wouldn't buy again, but they are decent. So these are worth the money. They're good quality. And you don't have to buy a lot to get yourself a good buzz going at that cookout. All right, guys, if you have any questions at all, let me know. Any questions about canned wines, I'll do my best. But like I said, this is my first time trying them with you guys, so I will do my best to answer your questions. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Cheers.